It feels like we're at the point now where there's a seemingly endless supply of high-quality fight scenes that are beautifully animated. We've seen world-class animation across genre and style. Even just limiting to recent releases, the new Spider-Verse blew me away. Demon Slayer just aired a remarkable finale, and we're about to get the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen. These are a few obvious examples, but it feels like fighting animation is in a golden age. But we're not talking about that today. Instead, we're going to revisit an older series, a grandfather of modern animation that still holds up today, despite originally airing over 18 years ago. My name is Pei, and today we're talking about the subtle genius of Avatar: The Last Airbender's fight scenes. Avatar was a staple of my childhood. It remains as one of the most influential series I had the opportunity to grow up alongside, and it feels like there's so many things you could praise when it comes to the show. But something that Avatar did that I think a lot of shows still fail to do was take fight scenes and make them more than just action. Because in Avatar, a fight was never just a fight. There are a lot of things that make Avatar: The Last Airbender's fighting special. I think there's a good argument for Avatar's fight scenes being better than others, with beautiful blocking and choreography, an amazing magic system, and just an awesome coolness factor. But that's a video for another day, because today we're focusing on what made Avatar's fight scenes unique. Let's talk about three things: how Avatar's fight scenes contributed to world building, were key in characters' development, and finally how they developed the plot. Starting with world building, Avatar's bending styles were based off of actual martial arts. They even hired a martial arts specialist to come on and record live-action references for their animation. Each martial arts style they chose worked in conjunction with the characteristics they would want each culture to have. So the magic system filled multiple roles of not only being an incredibly interesting, beautifully animated fighting style, but also a simplistic but incredibly effective way of creating a diverse set of cultures that we can intuitively understand. And while Avatar's world is remarkable, one of the most important parts of Avatar was their characters. Take a second to think about the characters in Avatar and how many key moments happened for them during a fight, not after. I think there are a couple examples that come to mind right away. Zuko siding with Azula and the Fire Nation over his uncle. Katara choosing not to avenge her mother. Mai and Ty Lee choosing to trust their gut and betray Azula to support Team Avatar. What about a strong internal conflict that Aang has had in the entire series between his non-violent tendencies and his duty to kill Fire Lord Ozai? It all comes to a head, and he finds his solution during the fight. Which leads into the third point. A lot of these key character development moments work in conjunction with major plot points throughout the story. Azula's downfall as a leader worked in conjunction with her fight against Katara and Zuko. In so many shows, it feels like you could skip the entire substance of a fight and just see the result at the end, and it wouldn't get in the way of the plot at all. Aang struggled to learn firebending because he rushed to learn it and hurt people he loved. What about the start of Zuko's redemption arc when he separates himself from Iroh and he's forced to use firebending to save the young boy that's family had been so kind to him? Iroh's understanding of waterbending and his culture taught him how to redirect lightning, but it also clearly foreshadowed who Iroh was as a character. It indicated an understanding of the other nations and an appreciation for them. This scene could have just been Zuko learning a fighting technique, but instead we clearly foreshadowed Zuko's redemption and eventual alignment and reconnection with Iroh. With all the beautiful execution, Avatar's fight scenes were special, but they weren't just a show of spectacle. Because if you were to take the fight scenes out of Avatar, you wouldn't have a story.